Hi, I'm Mindy. Welcome back to my channel. Today I am sharing with you my ginormous book haul for the month of August. I acquired 28 books in August, and most of those are because I started my Pango shop and I ended up buying a bunch of books from other booktubers. And I also went to my local indie bookstore a couple of times because it's close to my doctor's office, and I went to the doctor's a couple times in August. But I'm going to start with the used books and then go into the new. I have tons of fantasy, a little bit of sci-fi, a little bit of horror, and some thrillers, and one nonfiction. Okay, so first, used books. The first one I got on Whatnot. So I signed up for the Vintage Vikings Whatnot, and from him I bought Children of Time by Adrian Tchaikovsky, and we will be buddy reading this towards the end of the year, probably November. I've wanted to read this for a long time, so I picked up a really good used copy. All I know about this is it's a space opera, and there are alien spiders. What else could you possibly want, really? Okay, I got a ton of books from the Well Red Beard Pango shop with his wife. Got a couple of Robert McCammon books to add to my collection. Got Wolf's Hour and Blue World. So excited to have some new McCammon paperbacks. From that Pango store, I also got this short story collection, Blood Mountain, by Brenda S. Tullian. I love this cover. Danielle Sarah makes the best covers. Ooh, there's a bookmark in it. Ooh, it's really cool too. Okay. Also, Road Narrows by Brian Bauer. Usually really fast paced, wild, bloody ride for Brian Bauer's books. My nonfiction book is Promised Land by Barack Obama. And then the rest of these are all C.J. Tudor books, thrillers, The Other People. So I got The Other People. This is the newest one, I think. A Sliver of Darkness. Oh, that's not C.J. Tudor. I forgot I got that one too. And The Drift. So 3 C.J. Tudor thrillers, and also picked up from him The Island by Adrian McKinty. Thrillers, lots and lots of thrillers. Now for the rest of my Pango books. Another thriller, In My Dreams I Hold a Knife by Ashley Winstead. And I got this from Four Paws and a Book Pango store. I got The Bone Shard's Daughter by Andrea Stewart fantasy book. This one I got from Secrets Breeds Pango Store. I also picked up Shiver by Junji Ito. Nice, perfect condition used copy of Shiver. And this is not from a booktuber's Pango Store that I know of. It was just another one that I found. And then the last two books are from the Book Beast. The Book Beast Pango Store. A couple of fantasy books. Master of Death by Olivia Blake. Olivia Blake. And The Bone Season by Samantha Shannon. Beautiful hardback edition. Big first book in a fantasy series. So many great used books. Great prices. So let me know which ones of those I should prioritize reading first. But there's more. The new books, I had one pre-order come in the month of August, and that was this one, the Atropine Tree by Sarah Reed. I have really enjoyed Sarah Reed's books so far, so I wanted to pick this one up from Bad Hand Books. And I saw that it was coming out. This is a book of gothic horror. I can't wait. I do have two books from Barnes & Noble. I went to Barnes & Noble after the independent bookstore one day, and I did pick up a couple of the buy one get one 50% off books. They are, let's see, I got a fantasy and a science fiction. So the fantasy is Fireborn by Rosaria Munda. Heard good things about this series. It's a YA fantasy romance with the dragons, I think. Otherwise, it's just YA fantasy with dragons. But I think it's a romance too. And then the science fiction is Empire of Silence by Christopher Rocchio. First book in his big science fiction series, and I have heard nothing but amazing things about this, so now I have the first book to check it out. And the rest of my books came from my local indie bookstore, Bonsai Books. And the first one I got because I found out when I went, they're having a in-person book club. So I'm actually reading this right now. This is The Best Way to Bury Your Husband by Alexia Casale. I just got hooked in by that title, I guess. It takes place during the lockdown, COVID lockdown, and couples and families having a hard time during that time, especially with husbands that are kind of jerks, abusive, and some things happen, and some husbands get buried. I got a thriller there as well. The One by John Mars, the dating app that finds your perfect match and what kind of problems that can cause. Heard so many great things about this one. Is the rest of this Not all the rest. And all of these are fantasy romance books. They always just catch my eye. They're beautiful, and I end up wanting them. And so the ones that I picked in August were Trial of the Sun Queen by Nisha J. Tooley. Beautiful. Trials are always a good time. Then there is Until the Stars Fall by Vanessa Rasanen, and this is actually from a local author, so I definitely wanted to pick that one up and check it out. Here's one I've heard good things about. It is Slaying the Shadow Prince by Helen Shure. Slaying the Shadow Prince. Also, The Stars Would Curse Us by Valerie Rivers and Stephanie Combs. The Stars Would Curse Us. Quicksilver by Callie Hart. The Devil is in the Details. It has a beautiful cover. Like the butterflies. This is a heavy book. And the last fantasy romance that I picked up in August was Spark of the Everflame. This is the Kindred's Curse Saga Book 1 by Penn Cole. And I've heard amazing things about this. The fantasy romance community loves this one. Tagline is, when old secrets catch fire, everything will burn. Cool. And the very last two books for my giant August haul are big fantasy books that I got at Bonsai Books. First one is Malice by John Gwynne. The world is broken and it can never be made whole again. Even the brave will fall. And the last one is The Rage of Dragons by Evan Winter. Another dragon book. Because yes, please. Game of Thrones meets Gladiator in Evan Winter's The Rage of Dragons. A world caught in an eternal war, one young man will become his people's only hope for survival. I love big fantasy books. Hopefully I like fantasy romance too. Because I have a lot of them. Let me know, what should I read first? If you've read any of these books, what did you think of them? And I'll be back very soon with another book related video. Thanks. Bye.